Salutations all, and welcome to Basic Public Speaking. I am your instructor, professor for this course. My name is Christy Thomas. This is an introductory video. I'm going to introduce myself, and then I'm also going to discuss how I have this course set up and runs throughout the semester. Now, first off, hi. Again, I'm Christy Thomas. I have been with ACTC since 2011. I received my degrees from Morehead State University. My bachelor's is in theater, and my master's is in communications. When I'm not teaching, I have 3 kids that I call my Wallings. My son is 9, turning 10 at the end of January. I have twin daughters that are 8, turning 9 in May. I don't know if I said this, but I do call them my Wallings. They are my feral children, and they are living their best lives, and I am their chauffeur. So when I am not teaching, so to speak, I am running around with them. Other little info about me: I love my kitchen. I love to experiment and play, cook and make snack boards and just tasty combos. It's my happy place. I became a plant mom a few years ago. I'm not great at it whatsoever, but I try and I have fun. So I look forward to that in warmer spring weather. I am a fan of horror and Halloween stuff and go very extra in decorating for really anything. Let's not lie. So that's just a little bit about me. Now, let's talk about the class, shall we? So when you this is completely online class. I do not require a textbook. All your information is loaded into the lessons that are opened in modules. Once a lesson has been opened, once a module has been opened, it remains open for the rest of the course for this semester. And it follows the weekly schedule. Now, the weekly schedule is tentative, and I say tentative because of due dates. I'm pretty good at sticking to weekly lessons. Now, sometimes I may open a couple weeks in advance because, the lessons may be short and it may not be too much that we reflect on. With that being said, in these modules you find PowerPoint presentations, publisher PDFs, and Word documents from the publishers themselves, along with video lessons that I have recorded for this course. There may be multiple ones because sometimes I do them in smaller bits, or I've re-recorded them. I've taught this course for several years, so I like to update after so many rounds of it. But that's how those are set up. Now, when you first log into Blackboard, you're going to find a link to this video, the introduction video, and it will say meet your professor, meet your instructor type situation. Then there's a module that says welcome to public speaking. When you open that, this is the module where you're going to find important course info, and this remains open all semester, so you can always quickly go back and look. But in that is the syllabus, and this is the information on how to get in contact with me, what's expected out of you, my grade breakdown, and ACTC policies, and also important dates of withdrawal. So if you need to withdraw from a class without consent of your instructor or with consent, those dates are located in the syllabus. There's also the weekly schedule that I said is tentative, and that's with due dates. There's also, I have links that's like course competencies, expectations, info sheet, and a communication statement. Those are all also located in the syllabus themselves, but I made separate documents for this just for quick links. So you can, it's easier so you're not having to scroll. Then I also have Word documents for main speech and storytelling speeches. Never fear, I'm getting ready to discuss that right now. In our course, there's a total of 7 speeches. Don't freak out. I know that number sounds large and in charge, especially if you don't like speaking. But let's break it down. There's 4 main speeches and 3 what I call storytelling. I'm going to discuss the difference here in a moment. The main speeches, these are pretty much what they say. These are our main speeches. Each one of these are worth 15% of your final grade. Wow, that's a lot. That's true, but we don't really do a lot of assignments. We do lessons, and then we apply the lessons to our speeches. We're building a foundation with each main speech. So that means the technical requirements will vary, but they will grow. So one speech, it's mainly just giving you a time. And then some of them will require outlines. And then there'll be in-speech citations. So, you know, we're just building up our technical requirements to get us to that final speech. That is our most, has those technical aspects. All right. Now, as I said, there are 3 storytelling speeches. Don't let that freak you out. I call them storytelling speeches because I created these just so that you can find a comfort in your voice and speaking. This is an online class, and I have discovered that students find their ease much quicker in an online setting because no one sees these videos except for myself. You're not sitting in front of a group of your peers or a large group talking. And that fear is thick and it's deep. So we find the comfort more quickly in this more intimate setting of recorded videos. We're not even doing lives or in-time videos. But with storytelling, these were created just to find your ease. I give you an umbrella topic and let you go. There aren't technical requirements. I don't require outlines. I don't require visual aids. I don't require anything like that. The only thing I don't even require time limits. I just ask to hear you for, it'd be great to hear you for at least 2 minutes. 30 seconds, it's cutting a little short. So I don't want to say there's a time limit, but would love to hear you speak time limit if you get it. My only big requirement and my only main thing when it comes to speeches is that I have to see you. This is not a type it up and send me, that's a transcript, that's a paper. I don't ask for papers. I will ask for outlines, and when we get to that portion in our lessons, they're called working outlines for a reason. They are short, brief, and to the point. I don't need something written by Tolkien. I don't need it. I don't want it. Not the point of this class. I'm here to hear you and see you. It's not just a paper that you send to me. And when I say that is that we do videos, I have to see you in the video because part of the course is learning how to use your electronic device to create a connection. Because it's, it can be tricky when it comes to electronic devices and we want to look down and these are the same things that happen in face-to-face. We can be distracted by reading the paper or the notes. Sorry, my girls are in Girl Scouts, so this is the closest thing I have to me. But say your notes are here and you're reading them, well, you don't have it memorized and you don't have it completely off book. So you're reading everything off of the paper. We don't see you. And again, this is both electronically and face-to-face. But we'll get back into that a lot deeper. I've gotten kind of off. So we're back to our main module. So there's Word documents for both main speech requirements and description and the storytelling. And this just tells you the theme of the topic, what's required. There will also be video linked underneath. So there'll be one that says main speech requirements and description Word document. And then there's a video under it. This is a main speech video chat. And it's just me breaking down the description and requirements for each speech. Now, when it comes to speech time, each speech, just like the lessons, get their own module. And it will say main speech 1. And it'll tell you the due date. And in it will be a Word document that just a separate Word document for that speech and a video chat for just that speech. And then also the link where you can click to upload your speech. And we'll get into that later. I'll make a separate video on that. Again, this is just an introductory video. And then there will be one for storytelling speeches. So again, you have a total of 7 speeches. After that, there's just any random info that I think would come in handy for our course will be found in that welcome module. So you clicked on the Blackboard. There's a video link for the introductory video for me, and then a welcome to public speaking module. That's where your course info, and that remains up all semester. So the moment you log into class, it's there until the end of the semester. So you can always go back and reference if you're confused on any due dates or where we're at in the lessons. The next thing you'll see when you click onto in Blackboard is there's a link for ACT's library. This comes in handy for not only this course, but any course or just in general. If you need to check out a book, article, or check out or look at things, you just click that link and it takes you to the library quickly. If you're looking for a specific book and your physical library does not have it, we do interlibrary loans. A lot of locations also have after hours delivery and drop off. They're like these little box things. So pretty good to have, not just for this course, but just in general. So that is, I provide that as well. There's also a public speaking Word document blurb, and it just kind of discusses a definition. Then the way I have it set up, after that, when it comes to our course, I'm pretty good at following the weekly lesson. I already said that. For each lesson, each week, whatever's going on that week will be open no later than midday on Monday. It's generally open pretty early Monday, but sometimes, Mondays are Mondays, and they're hard, and they're chaotic. So sometimes, I always try to give myself a little leeway and say midday Monday. But when the lesson is open, it remains open for the entirety of the semester. So you can always go back and check out things. Now, with that being said, also, when it comes to speeches, as I said, each speech gets its own module as well. So when you click on Blackboard, above the modules is where above the lesson modules is where speech modules will be. And once the speech module is open, it also remains open for the entirety of the semester. So you can always go back and double check or just check out things or look at things. I insert here, to have the modules for the speeches open at least 1.5 weeks prior to the due date. This gives you plenty of time to work and upload. I generally will have them open for longer than 1.5 weeks, but 1.5 weeks is my minimum to have a module open. Now, sometimes you may see a couple modules open at once, and I will also give you a heads up at least 2 weeks in advance. Hey, in 2 weeks, you have this due, so start thinking about it. And it could be, your first main speech is an introduction speech where you're introducing yourself to me. So I'll be like, hey, in a few weeks, you have your introduction speech, and then the module will be open. Again, the details for all that comes there. And then I'm going to make a separate video on tips to just kind of help to upload, because sometimes technology fails us or it doesn't want to work when we need it to. Yay. We have speech modules. Like I said, once they're open, they stay open. We don't really do a lot of assignments outside of the speeches themselves. That's why there's 7 speeches throughout this entire course. And then we build on our lessons, the basics of public speaking, and then just the different genres of speech itself. So when you click on a Monday, and there will also be weekly videos and announcements each week. And I will say give the number, week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 17 weeks in this course, with week 17 being finals week itself. So, and then we have a week for spring break. So, what is that? 15 weeks of actual coursework. I guess it could be 16 if you're throwing in finals week. But with that being said, kind of lost my train of thought. Did you see the wheels turning there? I was buffering. I put what week it is, and then I'll put the dates. Like week 1, the dates are January 8th through January the 14th. That way you can easily go back. And when I post announcements, they stay up for the semester as well. They're not timed. I literally just have them. They usually pop up at like 1 in the morning, Monday morning. And they remain there for the entire course. But weekly videos I just make to say, hey, hope you had a great weekend. This is what we're looking at this week. Check out this module, and it tells you, and it's the same information that's in the announcement I make in the weekly videos as well. And then this is where I also give more warnings. Hey, so you have a speech due in 2 weeks, or hey, just a reminder, you have a speech due this week, and the speech is here. If for some reason you haven't looked at the module, kind of give you an update and a reminder what that speech is about and technical requirements, and just to make sure that you are up to date and up to pace. But with weekly videos, they're only open for that week. So I post a weekly video, and by the next Monday when the new week is posted, the other one will be closed. So you're only seeing one weekly video. Toward the end of this course, I will upload videos that kind of have end of the semester due dates discussion, and that remains open because it's a lot easier. And I might make a one just now for the entire semester and be done. So, does that cover everything? Yeah, that pretty well covers it all. So again, when it comes to how this course is run, when you open it up, you're going to find a welcome module. This is all your important course information. Go there at all to check out stuff. If you're confused or have any questions on policies or procedures or communication, you can email me with communication and via Blackboard communication. I don't have an office at a physical office at a school, so I don't have an office phone. I have a cell phone, and I don't really give out my cell phone number, but if you need to talk to me or if we're having issues, you reach out to me via email, and then we can chat and we can figure out and go forth from there. If any time you have any questions or concerns about anything whatsoever, or just need to chat, please feel free and welcome to email me. I try to get back as soon as possible. I put 24 to 48 hours on the syllabus just to cover tracks, because sometimes I am not in a place with great service, or I'm doing something with my kids and not quick to respond to the important course information. And that's where you find the basis, just documents and videos discussing requirements of this course, of the speeches, whatnot. Then you have your ACTC link, the public speaking blurb, and then what you'll find are, after that, weekly videos, which are only open for that particular week, speech modules as they open throughout the course, and then lesson modules that are opened weekly. And once a module is open, it remains open for the entirety of the semester. Like I said, speech modules, I tend to open up at least 1.5 weeks prior to the due date. I will also make a video on how to upload to Blackboard, because, you know, technology. Again, I have to see you in your videos for your speeches, so that will always be a requirement. And we talked about weekly videos. Alright, yeah. So that's pretty straightforward on how I have it set up. I look forward to meeting you all, and I hope that you have an amazing semester, an amazing week, and a fabulous day. Thanks so much. Bye.